Welcome, everybody, and it is, as always, so good to be home. So good to be back here at Unity of New York. As Britt mentioned, I never expected to be up here doing this. But now that I look back at it, you do that in your life, right? You look back at it, and it all just makes perfect sense. Well, in 1988, December of 1988, I remember picking up the phone, and it felt like it weighed 8,000 pounds, right? One of those phone calls, I picked up the phone, and I called my mom. I was sitting right there today. So, it's just a pleasure to be here again. But I picked up the phone, and I had to tell her something. I said, Mom, I just wanted you to know this, but I've been diagnosed HIV positive. And, you know, there was the normal and worry. It's 1988. Those of you who lived through it here in New York City in 1988, it wasn't pretty. And yet, I knew that I was okay. That I was more than okay. That I would live and thrive. And I told my mom that on the phone. I said, you don't have to worry. I'm not calling you to tell you this so that you worry. This is not going to kill me. And I said that out loud. And the reason I said it is because I knew it. I believed it. I believed because I had found this book, this amazing little book. It was white and it had this rainbow heart on the cover. And it had the words, you can heal your life. Right? Because in 1988, as this city and other cities around the world were being ravaged by HIV and AIDS, there was no cure. There was no hope. There was no way to see past what we were experiencing. And yet this book, written by Louise Hay, gave us all that hope and that possibility. And I devoured it, not for myself, but because my roommate had been diagnosed with AIDS. And so, here was an answer, and I just took it all in. It talked about beliefs, that if you're experiencing something in your life, you must be holding a belief that is allowing and creating that experience. And then it talked about affirmations, that by doing these affirmations, you could literally change your life, heal your life. At the time, for me, these seemed radical, and yet they seemed so intuitively true. I had never heard of New Thought. I had never heard of Unity. I didn't know what any of you cult people were like. Didn't know that you were actually my family. But I devoured the book and started practicing. Started looking at what I held in my beliefs. And no surprise that with the internalized shame and guilt I had taken on about my sexuality and about myself, that I had developed a sexually transmitted disease. No accident there. But I didn't have to take it on as my identity. And that was the difference, right? We all have something in our lives that we overcome. Right? We all have something that we're fighting against or fighting with. But this book showed me a way not to fight, but to shift, to examine and to know what I really believed, and then to let it go and take on something new. Britt shared with us an amazing denial, right, before. And what I've come to is to realize when I'm in the chaos and confusion that I've created it. To stop blaming someone else. It's not my mom's fault. It's not my boss's fault. Especially now that I'm the boss. It feels really weird to blame the boss all the time. Right? But to own that if something is manifesting in my life, if something is appearing in my life, it's because I'm holding a belief that empowers that belief, that empowers that situation, that empowers that truth. And Louise gave me the first glimpse of what it could be like to live on the other side. To live on the other side of that. There's a famous quote from Louise Hay. It said, "You have been criticizing yourself for years. Why don't you try affirming yourself instead?" And boy, had that been true. I could give you the laundry list at the time of all the things that I had done wrong. And, I probably could still give you a good list of all the things I've done wrong. But what shifted is I'm no longer beating myself up for it. I know at the core of my being that I am doing the best I can. Can you know? Do you know at the core of your being that you are really operating at optimal levels? Now, did you hear that little voice that said, "Oh, but you're not doing this, but you're not doing that. Oh, but you didn't get that thing done"? Hear it again. You are operating at optimal levels. Right? Can you say it? I am operating at optimal levels. Believe it. Just that much. Faith the size of a mustard seed will explode your life. In 1988, he said, "You don't have to worry. This is not going to kill me. I'm not going to die of this." I had no proof of that. I had no reason to believe that that was true. And yet I stand here 29 years later, and not only have I never been sick from HIV or AIDS, never had a day where I had to worry about it, but I've also gone on to become a minister, and more astonishingly than that, 3 years ago I became a parent. 3 years ago I adopted a 10 and 16-year-old son who's turning 19 in October. I can't believe it, and is in college. And then we adopted our 2-year-old, which JD had to take out because she was having her crying fit. And my life has totally changed, right? So what is it in your life? What is it in your life that you want to celebrate today? To watch it transform, to watch it take off and go somewhere else. Know the truth that you are the divine expression. And not only in potential, you are the divine expression in reality. What you are living in, who you are right now, is the divine gift. And when you stop cursing it, stop bemoaning, and start living into the truth, there is no limit to what you can achieve. I am a divine expression is an amazing affirmation. Can you say it? I am a divine expression, here to do what needs to be done on the planet. I am here to do what needs to be done on the planet.
I am here to do what needs to be done on the planet.
Back in the day, back in 1988, when I was trying to become a successful Broadway performer, I used to have a notebook and I would write the affirmations I learned from Louise out longhand, because I'm old school. That's how we learned everything. You just wrote it by repetition over and over again. Write it 10 times, write it 20 times, write it 30 times. Until you manifest that thing in your life you think that's going to make you happy. That thing in your life that you are longing for and wanting. And yet I stand here before you today knowing this truth as well. This is it. There's no future happiness if there's not present happiness. There's no future good when there's not present good. Like good is not out there, it's in here. It's right here in my heart. And the blessing of that moment in 1988 was somehow I knew that. Somehow I knew that I was good, that I was fine. And then I set about the work of clearing up the other junk that was blocking me from manifesting that good. Now, I'm not here to tell you that it's all been great and a bunch of lilies and flowers and a bunch of roses or the day of the beach. I'm looking at some friends here in the audience who know that's true, who've seen my life and seen the journey through it. It hasn't always been sunshine and roses. In fact, there were some really dark nights of the soul. When I look back, that seed planted by Louise Hay 30 years ago has grown into this magnificent oak tree. Let me give you an example of Marianne sang about gratitude, right? Sang about gratitude. And I've been manifesting a lot of things in my life lately. One of them is in our church in San Francisco. We had these chairs, movable chairs. They're not fixed chairs like these, so we could move them around for different occasions. And they were really, really uncomfortable, right? It's like you sat for an hour or an hour, 15-minute service and your butt hurt. So some generous congregants provided new chairs for the whole congregation. And I arranged all of it. It's a lot to move them in and out, right? So we had to have a moving truck come with the new, and the movers to take the old chairs out. And it was all arranged by my administrator. It was all set up on this perfect day. And I'm at the office, my administrator sets it up and then goes on vacation. And I'm standing there in the office, it's 4 o'clock, I'm going to go pick Roma up at daycare at 5, and the phone rings, and I pick up the phone, and it is the moving company. They say, "Hi, we're out front with your chairs." And I said, "Excuse me? That's next week." They said, No, we're out front today with your chairs." I said, No, it's next Thursday you're coming. That's when the whole crew is here to move it all. And I said, "Let me come downstairs." So I run downstairs, and there's this guy in the moving truck with hundreds of chairs in his truck telling me no, he has to unload this truck into the lobby right now, but he can't touch the chairs. Only the moving company can touch the chairs, but they're not coming till next week. So all of a sudden, I'm on the phone with the chair manufacturing company, and I am going crazy. And I realize that, okay, I've got to get all these chairs off the truck, and I have to store them in the lobby. I have to get the other 150 chairs that are already there out. And so that this is Thursday, and I usually do my talk prep on Friday. And then a service has to happen on the weekend, and I have no idea how all this is going to happen. And I'm freaking out. So in that half hour, I get the chairs off the truck, I store them in the lobby, I make phone calls, I get in the car, I run and I pick up Roma from daycare, and I run home and I'm still making phone calls, and the next morning I have some staff who arrives at the church, and we start unpacking chairs and moving out, and I put the old chairs on Craigslist and giving them away for free. Just come take them, just get them out of here now. And in the middle of it, my lead prayer chaplain walks in the door and he goes, "How you doing?" And I let out a stream of expletives that curled his hair. And he looked at me and said, "Shall we pray?" And I said, "You think?" How is this going to get happen? And how is this going to get happen? And what's going to happen on this? And where's my talk going to come from? And he sat down and we prayed for a second. And in the middle of the prayer, I realized I asked for all of this. I asked for the chairs. I asked for this job. These are all good things that I wanted. Yet in the moment, because they came in an order and on a timetable that I didn't think was optimal, I was cursing like the world was against me. Like there was no good in the situation. And I just had to laugh at myself. I laughed at myself going, "Minister, Reverend, what have you learned?" And I realized that what I've learned is that it is not up to me how it shows up. It is not up to me how my good shows up, but to celebrate it in every moment when it does. I didn't ask consciously to be HIV positive. I didn't ask on a lot of conscious levels to go through the things I have experienced in my life. And And yet I stand here today because of each and every one of them. I wouldn't know what I know and experience what I've experienced unless I had found the work of Louise Hay. Didn't know at the time that she was a religious person. The word God is nowhere in "you can heal your life." Go back and look at it again. Right? And you won't find the word God in the book. And that's the exact entry into this teaching that I needed at the time. Louise Hay was a science of mind practitioner. She was a practitioner of this stuff. She was a new thought leader and teacher. But she wrote the book so that it could be accessed by all of the world. And if the word God, or the word Jesus, or the word church, or the word religion stops you in your tracks, I ask you to look at that too. And know that that belief that somehow the word God, or religion, or church, or Catholic, or Protestant, or fundamentalist, or evangelical, or Jesus bothers you, that you are holding a belief that is limiting. Right? You are holding a belief in your mind that somehow that's bad and that's not me. Well, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe. There is only one power active in the universe and in my life. There is only one. That's our first and fundamental principle here. Right? And if there is only one, how can that other be bad? Except that you're holding it in your own mind. When I really discovered that there was no devil, then there was no devil out there searching for my soul. There's no devil out there trying to tempt me into something evil. I was like, phew, wow, yeah, see? Religion is wrong. Religion is bad. Yeah, there's no devil out there. There's only one right in here. There's only one between my ears, in my thoughts when I think that something is evil or bad or wrong. And only these thoughts are the ones that are blocking. And that's, folks, the worst place it could be. I actually wish the devil was actually out there. I could see it coming. But it creeps in a belief that limits, in a belief that holds me back from my full expression. So today, I stand here with you, as one of you, to say, what is it? What is it that you believe? What is it that you believe that is limiting your life? Did an idea come to you? What is it that you believe that is limiting your full expression? I'm too old. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. That belief that there's not enough time is something that is holding you back from what you really desire. What could you do if you realized that the world was conspiring to give you everything you want? In Absolute Abundance, the course I created, we teach and know that the universe is constant, conspiring to give you everything you want. But it can only give you what you are willing to believe you deserve. What do you believe you deserve? Do you deserve $1 million a year income, Bobby? Oh, even in retirement. I heard somebody say, but I live on a fixed income. I'm retired. I don't work anymore. Oh, so the universe can only provide you your good if you have a job. The universe can only provide you your good if this, if that, if that. Nonsense. But your belief makes it so. Your belief makes it so. No. This is the incredible and dangerous paradox. And I want to be really careful because I mentioned that I'm still standing here after all those all these years of living with HIV. And some people that I love dearly are not. And they were not bad or wrong. They didn't just not do it right. Their soul's expression is their soul's expression, not mine. And their healing can actually come from letting go of this physical body. Because are you your body? It's a great question, right? Am I my body? Is my body what makes me be? Is it the vehicle that causes my consciousness? Is it the vehicle that promotes me or pushes me or carries me forward? I bless my body. I've had to learn, and our co-founder Myrtle taught that blessing each and every cell of your body and mind is the way to wholeness and health. But is it all of it? And that's a question that I think deserves more attention in our studies. Am I my body? We bless it, we need it, want it. And I am so much more. I am so much more. I feel this energy connection to each and every one of you, and I know I'm not touching you. I know that there is something else going on between us. And I know that I can speak to people who are no longer here. Now, is that delusion? Possibly. Is that truth? I hope so. Because all those souls, all the people that I've got too many to number and name, have been my teachers and way showers all through this journey. I came in from the airport on Wednesday, and I got the taxi, and I drove up 9th Avenue, as it's 10th Avenue, excuse me, as I'm coming up to my apartment. And I passed a building that my friend Jack lived in, and I passed a building that my friend Panchali lived in, and I passed the building that this person lived in, and they have all made their transition. And yet each and every one of them, yeah, I know. I wanted to cry at that moment too. Yeah. Each and every one of them lives here. My niece, Erin, got married last night here in the city, and at her wedding, I wore a jacket that my friend Jack had provided, given me. It was this beautiful, this beautiful Armani jacket. He had worn it to receive his Tony Award at a Tony Award ceremony in 1979. So this ancient, vintage Armani jacket got to go with me. And I got to be with Jack. Passed away for other reasons than HIV. But you stand, you sit here, and whether you're new to Unity New York and new to Unity, or you've been here like me for decades now, we stand on the shoulders of giants, of intellectual minds, from Eric Butterworth to Charles and Myrtle Fillmore to Ernest Holmes to Emily Cady to Mary Baker Eddy, who knew a truth that was bigger than us, who knew a truth and shared it freely. And it is no longer acceptable for me to stand or to sit on the sidelines and play small. Your playing small, my playing small does not serve the world. I am here by a miracle and by the truth. I am here today to do the work that must be done by me. I am extremely blessed. I am humbled by what we have to do. And right here today,
You can start by knowing that whatever that desire in your heart is, it is planted there by God. And yours is to say yes. Yes, I am a divine expression. Yes, I am here to do this work. Yes, I am here to make a difference on the planet, be it one person at a time or hundreds and hundreds of people at a time. What is it that you are to stand up and do? Today, you can release any belief that you're too old, too young, too whatever, to do that work. And say, I'm doing it right here and right now. I am a divine expression. Together? I am a divine expression. I am here on this planet to make it a better place. I am here on this planet to make it a better place. I am overjoyed at the opportunity. I am overjoyed at the opportunity. So when the chairs don't arrive on the right day, when you get a diagnosis that you have to go, not again, stop and say, what belief am I holding? What belief am I holding that is allowing this? And then with compassion and love for yourself, let it go. Let it all go. Let it all go. And say yes to the magnificence that is right in front of you. You are beautiful. Let's take that to our time of meditation.